The Halifax Mooseheads wrapped up inter-squad action at training camp presented by Eastlink on Monday afternoon with the fourth and final matchup between Team Green and Team White. I spoke with head coach Sylvain Favreau regarding training camp on a variety of topics.
Well, it's always, exciting moments. Any camp is exciting, and especially this year where, we're looking forward to seeing our drafted players, execute out there, and we're always eager to see our returning players and see what kind of progression they've done over the summer in the last 2-3 months. So we're pretty happy with the first day and a half here with execution, pace. And compete. Overall compete's really strong. So we're pretty happy with what we're seeing.
Yeah, given where you are in the cycle of the team right now, a very competitive stage of the cycle, not many roster spots up for grabs, really. What has that meant for the intensity on the ice?
Oh, I think it's made for a real intense camp, up to date, and you never want to say there's no spots available. So it's important for all of our draft picks to leave a really good impression and make a case for themselves. Exhibition games starts as of tomorrow, so it'll be very interesting to see their progression. And there's spots to be had. So it's important for these guys to really compete and make a case for themselves, like I said.
Yeah, spots to be had. Does that mean maybe some of these veterans who have been on the team that, they kind of have to look over their shoulder a little bit at these guys?
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of being where we are in the cycle, where there's a lot of great talent pushing through, and we have a lot of great returning players. But it doesn't mean that that it has to be lackadaisical. We want to make sure that we start now, and that was the main message in the meeting prior to camp, that it starts today, starts now. So it's important for that to happen and to be executed by our players.
We've had a good day and a half now to get a good solid look at two of the top picks, Owen Phillips, a first-round pick, and Reese Peich, a second-round pick. What have your thoughts been on those two players?
Really good players. I mean, both yesterday, it's, shaking off the nerves a little bit and getting adjusted to the pace, and both have competed and have really played well and showed well playing against veterans, playing with veterans on either a pair or a line, and both are showing very well. So future looks bright for those kids, and we're looking forward to seeing them in some exhibition games.
Saw a couple of injuries so far. Marcus Vidicek left with a knee injury yesterday, and then Hudson Clark this morning went hard into the boards and looked like possibly a shoulder. So what are the status of those two players?
That's part of, we're talking about having those games with a lot of pace and intensity. It's been that way, and unfortunately, there's been a few injuries. Marcus Vidicek will be fine. He'll be skating this afternoon. As for Clark, I think he's getting assessed right now with an upper body injury, so we'll hopefully hope for the best for him. But like I said, I think it's a direct correlation with the intensity and the pace of our games.
I guess finally, what are your expectations set for this season? We talked about this being, the cycle is, closer and closer to a really a contending team. What do you expect out of your club this year?
Well, I mean, you look back at last year, I think we had a great season with a young team, and now those young players are getting a little bit more mature. And without setting, a line in the sand, each day we're trying to get better as a team, and that means this year, we'll need to make some step forward, and we have, we're competing against some great teams. We'll still be in a tough division, the Maritimes, even though there's a few teams that have lost some players, and they're at a different cycle now, let's call it, in their progression. But we have high expectations on our hockey club this year. 44
players arrived at camp over the weekend for registration, with Attilio Biasca, Zachary Leroux, and David Moravec the only players yet to arrive. Leroux will head straight to Nashville Predators training camp, while Biasca will be here in the following week after taking a break to go back to Switzerland after a very successful World Junior Hockey Tournament in Edmonton. Moravec will also be here in the coming weeks after dealing with a non-COVID related illness. The Mooseheads will open their preseason schedule on the road in Glace Bay on Tuesday night against Cape Breton before coming back here to Dartmouth for a return matchup with the Eagles on Wednesday night at the RBC Centre, a game that you can catch live on the official Mooseheads YouTube channel. For training camp presented by Eastlink, I'm Scott McIntosh.